Hey, we are crawling on all fours, and today I'm putting on the first upgrades to my Vanquish H10 Optic Brushless RTR. Now first up are these brass knuckles. I got these from MEUS RC. These suckers are heavy. As we get these on the scale, these weigh in at 252.5 grams. You can see that they're labeled as well, so there's no confusion on where to mount these. Adding brass knuckles to a platform like this, especially with H10 axles that are very, very wide, you're adding weight on the very far corners, the outermost corners, and I tell you, it's the oldest and best trick in the book, and it's going to give you much better planted performance on left to right, especially for like side hilling, as well as crawling over the steeper obstacles. So I started removing the wheels and tires. I'm going to replace these standard nylon plastic knuckles, and I'm going to put on the heavier brass knuckles. Need to take off the hex, taking out the pin, and this should be plug and play. Again, these are from MEUS, so as soon as I take this off. All right, so when you take the axle out of the stock knuckle, you're going to want to retain your bearings, because these bearings are going to go into the new knuckles. So you're going to take your inside bearing, it's a perfect little fit, and then you're going to take the outer bearing. Same thing, pops right into place. We want to make sure our axle goes through smoothly. There we go. And then that's going to go back into the axle housing. Yeah, just like that. Screw that down all the way. I'm going to go ahead and get the bottom one in first. I'm going to tighten that down. So that's on. We're going to put the linkage back on. All right, we're going to get the next wheel off. Get our middle wheel hex. This is a very easy upgrade. Not having to make any major changes. Again, you'll take your larger bearing. That's going to go on the inside. Perfect. And the smaller bearing goes on the outside. Put your axle in. Make sure you're still snug and secure. All right, there we go. And it's that easy. Next up, I also have this brass steering servo mount. And this will go behind the axle. It goes in the stock location. So the old servo will come off, the old mount will come off, and then this will replace it. I actually have a 9iMod Coreless 45 kg servo that I'll probably put on here. I might not even need it. I think this is about a 13 to 14 kilogram servo. But again, as I'm making these upgrades, with the brass up front, with the knuckles, and this brass servo mount, I figure why not? Let's just go ahead and do it. And the total weight of the brass servo mount comes to 57 grams. That's over 300 grams for both the set of knuckles and this brass servo mount. This is my brass replacement, and this is just the stock plastic servo mount. I've taken the servo off of the mount. There's the 9iMod servo, so it's a 45 kg. This is Coreless. So this thing's pretty fast and crazy quiet. I think it's going to be perfect for this platform. I actually reversed the pins for the side panels here. So instead of putting the pin from the bottom and then using the body mount clips, these little body mount clips would normally go on the top. These are just a pain in the neck to get off. So this is a lot easier, just putting the pin on the top side, pushing it down, and not having to worry about it coming loose. And if it does, it may just come up like that, just a little tiny bit. There's enough of the pin on the bottom that I can just push, and it reveals the top. It's almost kind of like a nail head, and then I can just pull it right up, and then that panel is going to come right off. Let's hope I don't cut anything. This is an aluminum casing compared to this plastic. Oh, did something drop? All right, so we're connected and looks like we are good to go. Now, let's get our wheels back on. We've successfully swapped out the steering knuckles. We are now on brass knuckles, and we've swapped out the stock plastic servo mount, and we've gone brass as well on that. We are good to go. I've got a few extra screws here that I did not need, which is good. All right, just to show you another close-up before we button this back up. There is the Brass Servo Mount. Got my new servo in there. That's the 9i mod. And then we've got the brass steering knuckles. Again, I like the fact that they're black, that they don't stand out, and still kind of, gives it a stock appearance, but I know that this is upgraded.
Let's finally get this truck out on the rocks. I'm really excited to be spinning some wheels for the first time on this. And this truck looks so good on camera. I'm really pleased with the lighter gray color and the subtle graphics on the body. Now, the tires here are on some pretty hard inserts. They're foam inserts, but there's not much squish. There is not much compression on these tires at all. I do have some flex in the rear tire, as you can see there, as I'm pulling my way up this steep incline. Really, there's no issue. I've got a little bit of slippage, but I attest that to the foam inserts, which again are just too hard, so there's not enough movement, there's not enough conforming of these tires to the rocks. In this second incline, nothing crazy, but you can see that bump there is a little difficult, not really an issue for this particular pass. So this was a pretty good line for this crawler. Now what you're noticing here is that when a lightweight RC crawler like this starts to lift itself off of the rock, you notice there on the front tires, even at a slow crawl, you're basically dealing with a classic battle between physics and geometry. There's two things. The unloading effect, which the front springs start to decompress, that means they're unloading. This extension of the front suspension physically lifts the nose of the vehicle even higher, as you notice here, artificially increasing the climb angle and forcing the center of mass even further back until it flips. The second is the squatting effect, and that's when the rear suspension compresses under the transferred weight. I decided to be proactive when I took this out of the box and added the upgrades, because if a rig is constantly turtling on steep climbs, the goal is to shift the center of mass lower and further forward, often aiming for a 60% front, 40% rear weight bias. But ultimately, you want to mount it down low. While this is not an A-B comparison, you will notice that the vehicle starts to come back down on the front tires and then make it over the brake point. That is one of the benefits of adding brass to your front axle. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, share with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, keep crawling.